Clearly my cat wanted to be part of this recording. My name is Alyson Noune, and I am doing this on behalf of Jessica's Organic Farm, a small 5-acre organic farm here in Sarasota that has been growing organic food for over 40 years. A farm for which I have been an employee in some capacity for 10 of the last 12 years. We are at a point where we have to be a little bit more transparent about our need for help if we're going to continue to exist as a business that provides all organic products and food to the Sarasota community. Our farmer, Billischer, 72 years old. He is the LeBron James of farming, the Michael Jordan of farming. He is one of the best growers, I would argue, not just in this country, but likely on the planet. Through the years, we've dealt with folks that are very familiar with the organic food industry and have commented that they've never seen anybody be able to grow food like Bill grows food. And for 40 plus years now, he has literally been, the phrase I like to use is holding space and sort of waiting for the world to catch up a bit. And it's evident by the fact that he chose to grow in a way that was not harmful to the planet or to the humans that eat the food grown from his farm and the food that he serves as a distributor of. Long before it was the in thing to do or the fad, he knew how important it was to do what he does in the way that he does it. From the moment I landed on that farm, when I say that my life has changed dramatically as a result of stumbling onto the farm 12 and a half years ago, it's not an overstatement. It's not possible for me to overstate to what degree this place has altered my entire course of my life. And it is through my own story and my own relationship and how, in all the ways that this farm has affected my life, it is through the sharing of that over the next few weeks, maybe even few months, that I intend to try to connect our Sarasota community even more to what this farm represents, and to share what it is, an inside look at, yes, through one person's story, but what it is you're supporting when you shop at Jessica's, or in this case, with the establishment of the beginning of this unique fundraising campaign, what you would be helping to keep alive in supporting our efforts. Almost everything on the farm is, there's just so many things I don't even know where to start to try to express. Even for those of us that have worked there, I think it's sometimes truly unbelievable to what degree this place is unlike anything, certainly unlike anything I have ever come across. And unlike a lot of my colleagues that I've worked with there and met throughout the years, I come from a background that was what I call a lot more mainstream. And establishing a connection to something well beyond the regular world when I first landed there in 2008 certainly set me on the fast track of what I now call my conscious spiritual journey. And among other things, it's unbelievable to witness and to be part of technically a for-profit business that is absolutely, positively not about the dollar. In fact, it's almost too far in the other extreme, not about the dollar, which is why I believe that we find ourselves as a business in the predicament that we are in at present, which is absolutely, if we're going to continue to be able to operate, we're going to need assistance financially to help us with some very big projects that are needed on the farm. My present role, primarily, and I fill in at our market. We have a public market that's open Friday, Saturday, and Sundays. And I fill in and work at the market on some days, but my primary job at the farm since returning after losing my other work as a result of these crazy times our world is facing right now, I am the bookkeeper. I run the office, I run the business aspect of the farm, and I also am the only person at present that handles our newly created online service, which is an option that we extend to clients on Mondays and Tuesdays for folks to place an order through our website for either pickup or delivery. Myself and our web guy, who used to be in the financial position, in the office manager position, we are the only ones that keep that online aspect operating at present. So I'm literally the person that will be helping to guide whatever money we're able to raise into the various projects that we need to address at the farm. So the way we've decided to try to do this is to have a series of GoFundMe campaigns, very targeted, where we've got a targeted amount that we're intending to raise that will go towards an intended project, a specific project. Through me, I will share and keep folks apprised and updated of the projects. And like I said, as a way of just connecting people a little bit more deeply to what it is they're supporting, I will share a little bit more of my story as it pertains directly to the farm, to the insanely beautiful and powerful example that Bill has set for me in terms of inspiring me how I operate my little business of me, which I do on the side, and how all the people that I've met through my farm community have affected my life and my journey. The first campaign that we're launching is for a robbery that we incurred a few months ago. We're not 100% sure who did it, but there was some idea of the culprit. But there was no way that, although the police were called, there was really nothing that we could do. And roughly, thankfully it was in the slower part of our season. This took place in early August. Roughly, it was just under $5,000 that was taken. But for our little operation, that is a huge chunk of money right now. So our very first fundraising segment is intended to recover and to recoup that money that was stolen in early August. The other projects that are all, and it's tough to prioritize them because they're all in need. We are in need of, we have a relatively new greenhouse that is a higher profile greenhouse than what we used to have, and it needs to be recovered. The plastic over, it's a good 20 feet into the air, so we've got some work that needs to be done on that greenhouse. We have an area of our nursery. It's what we called our shade cloth area, where the sunlight isn't quite as direct and it comes through literally a cloth over the open air. That structure was over 40 years old and it's dilapidated and absolutely needs to be redone. And we will be looking to raise funds specifically designated for that project. We are in need of building some specific storage areas. Again, new, everything is 40, everything looks as old as it is on the farm. When I say that this is an establishment that takes the dollar and takes it as far as it can go, again, it's impossible for me to overstate to what degree this man has gotten the most out of every penny in his establishment. He has put his entire heart and soul in it and has nothing left to put into it. 72 years old and still out in the fields working 50 to 60 hours a week. And his forte is with the plants and is with the ground and the animals. It's not with people, and it's not necessarily even as a business leader or manager or owner. It's what makes that place extremely unique, albeit for someone like me who does come from a more mainstream background, it has been remarkably challenging for me to be able to continue to stay and to find my niche within this place that I value tremendously. And the work that it does, I'm not sure there's anything that's more important than growing food, which is a basic need for us as humans, and to grow it in the way that he grows it, which is organically. And we only grow, obviously, we can't grow everything. We grow mostly greens, root vegetables, and herbs, as well as some sprouts. And then we bring in all sorts of other organic food through an organic distributor. And then we have a lot of local farmers that grow very specific things. We recently started a new relationship with a young guy that's growing all sorts of types of bananas. We have a relationship with a farmer named Murray down in Homestead, Florida, and he brings up all sorts of beautiful, wonderful tropical fruits. We get our dairy from a farm out in Mayaca, and we get some of our dairy from another farm in Pennsylvania, and from another farm that focuses more on goats than cows, another one in the Mayaca, Arcadia area. We have an incredibly gifted raw vegan chef who makes these amazing creations with our food and sells it as prepared food to the public. Jean's food is, it's unbelievable. The quality, the taste, her skill set is really unreal. And we are fortunate enough to be the conduit through which she sells her creations. It's an amazing thing, Jessica's Organic Farm. And I'd like personally to see it stick around long for many more years to come. And I really believe, at least here in the short term, it's not going to be possible if we don't elicit the help from our community beyond just shopping there and really being accountable to you in the community for how we will use those funds and to demonstrate and show exactly what it is that the funds are going towards. And, like I said, to hear from somebody whose individual life has been dramatically altered by this beautiful place and its realness and its authenticity. And in a world that has become all about perception and all about money, I cannot put into words to what degree it is truly unbelievable and I believe invaluable to bring some light and shed, to learn more about an establishment that is not about making money, but instead just about doing the right thing. Just about doing the right thing for the planet, intending to do the right thing for our bodies, and truly looking to harm nobody, and to just be this living example of goodness. Doesn't mean the place is perfect. It doesn't mean that it hasn't been incredibly challenging, specifically as I mentioned for myself, but you cannot deny how real it is. This is the real deal. And we're just looking to be a little bit more transparent with our need and our desire to continue to be an organic food hub here in this amazing community of Sarasota. So we invite you, follow the story, participate, spread the word. I thank you for your attention today, and please stay tuned to this page for continued releases of videos as we share more in depth of the projects and as I share a little bit more about this wonderful place called Jessica's. Thanks.